we've been not here for a little bit. Work has just been crazy. My man been sick, and then work has been crazy with him. But guess what? We are here to catch up on things. And I know y'all been looking for me too, because we are in the basement. In the basement. I mean, the basement. But it's your boys TJ and DK with the DK Entry Podcast. Man, I'm happy to be back. I am happy to be back because it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It has. It sure has, man.
Look at our favorite person.
It feels good to be back, by the way.
I know.
What's going on, Tish?
Yeah.
It's been long overdue.
Yes,
long overdue.
It has.
It feels great to be 100%. It feels great to be doing this show as always, and to have fun doing it, even if that means me being as obnoxious as I possibly can be. And look, I want to start off with this. With me, being around kids often, I understand that maybe the colorful language over the past couple of years has been a little bit much. I've learned to tone down just a tad, but damn it, this is our show. This is where we get to have all the fun necessary. So this will not stop. In fact, this is the very beginning. Okay. And I was going to show up here in a brown bag 2 weeks ago, but now we went from brown bags to now I'm showing up with glasses. I'm joining Damon here with the glasses affair, and we're going to take y'all to school. We're going to have fun doing this tonight. I love it.
Absolutely. But like I said, I've been missing out on a lot of things because work has been just catching me up. But let me just say this. And we talked about this earlier. I'm going my Ravens first. 1-5.
Oh sure,
We
absolutely.
We in the basement of the basement, okay, of the AFC North. I mean, every Steelers fan is happy about this, that we're in the basement. And it's all good. We deserve to be in the basement because we played like crap.
Yeah.
We don't deserve the no notoriety, no nothing. It seems like the locker room is just like, something, forget it. Forget this. I mean, it's embarrassing for an organization like us to be where we are on 1-5. And then remember I told you about the reports that came out about Baltimore Sun, people talking in the locker room, talking about how they just like, nope, we just out of it, and how the culture is in there. Then I heard they took like the video games out, the ping pong tables out, and all this other stuff. But the part that got me the most is that they said they trying to put this whole thing on Todd Monken. Yeah. They are like really standing behind Zach Orr. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Now, we've had this debate many times about, is it the coaching or is it the players? Is it the coaching? Is it the players? Coach sends out the play, the players have to play, right?
Right.
We don't have nobody up front that can put pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
If we don't get nobody to put pressure on the quarterback, of course we're going to get torched.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just, like I said, it's still my team. And what was funny, I was working today, and somebody said, you in the Ravens land? Yeah, I said, I sure am. I said, win, lose, or draw, that's my team.
Yeah.
No ifs, no ands, no buts. And this is what I told them. I said, man, we can lose every game this season, but it's 2 games we need to win, and that's against the Steelers. I don't care about something else. Because that's how intense our rivalry is. We don't worry about no other game on our schedule until we play each other. So they've been making moves. Look at Tish. Oh, no.
That's how it is, though.
But that's how it is. It's just like when Dallas and Washington play. No other thing matters until them two play.
Yeah.
And whoever gets that first win gets the bragging rights. right? So
Yeah.
it's just like I said, we are that man. Anytime we under Cleveland, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. We're
Yeah.
under Cleveland. I was like, oh my God, we are just down in the dumps. But you know something? I'm a big man. I can take it. Yeah, we are. Right now, the Steelers lead the AFC North. But, I mean, you better watch out for the, what did we say? The Flacco Sons?
Yeah, man. I was talking to one of my coworkers about this the other day. I feel like certain franchises, like their fan bases, need to just relax sometimes, because for all of your lifetime, you've been on this earth for almost 50 years. 50. I will just put the number on it. Okay. For most of your lifetime, you have experienced the Ravens being one of the best teams in the league. And even in their quote unquote worst seasons, they've been like what, 8-8, 9-7. Like,
yeah.
The idea of some of these franchises having worst case scenario, like the Jets, for example, like the Dolphins, or like the Saints, for example, like teams like that who don't experience a whole wreck of success throughout their franchise history. Those fan bases, I understand when they say, I'm tired. Like, this is enough. I can't do this. I can't bear dealing with this. Because this has been all their life. Their entire life, they've been consistent of them having to deal with their team losing. Whether it's prime time, Sunday, Monday, like any day of the week, Thursday, they find a way to lose. And because of that, right, it's like certain fan bases like, all right, like, come on. That's why when they do have success, even if it's for like a 4-game winning streak, the whole state goes crazy. For fan bases like Baltimore, or dare I say, fan bases like Dallas, for example. Am I saying that y'all are the New England?
You said it wrong. We are addressing them as the take the what? Take the D off, and it's what?
Okay, yeah, they still haven't been able to play defense. So, Dallas Cowboys, I would say boys, because they've been winning. I have to give credit when credit's due. But the Dallas Cowboys, franchises like y'all, have y'all been to the Super Bowl as often as Kansas City in New England? No. But can y'all say that y'all had successful seasons throughout franchise history? Yes, you can. So when y'all have these seasons from hell where you're having injuries, where you're having just bad losses left and right, like, put the brakes. It's okay. It's not illegal. I don't need y'all to hit the panic button because y'all had one bad season. It's okay. I promise you, it's gonna be all right. I guarantee you. I'm speaking as an Eagles fan, which every time something goes wrong, I want Sirianni fired. Okay, that's just a Philly in me. Okay, so I understand. I understand the frustration, but to hear some of these fan bases have this idea to hit the panic button because the season is going bad, like y'all haven't, like y'all experience this every single year. Like, y'all are not the New York Giants. Okay, no. like y'all not some of these teams that have to deal with losing over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, that's not y'all. So, oh my God, we're an almighty concern because the Ravens are having a down year. Just think about the season y'all had so far. Derrick Henry, who's one of the best running backs in the league, who literally is like 6'5", 285 pounds, solid muscle, is fumbling the football late in games. That doesn't happen. You have Lamar Jackson, who's running around for his life because the offensive line can't seem to protect for him. That doesn't usually happen. Sometimes you have the defense, which is usually to anchor the entire team, the bloodstream, if you will, the lifeline of this team. That's usually the strong suit. When you're seeing them getting carved up, that doesn't usually happen. Before the season started, we was like, man, this might be the best, secondary in the league. And now you're seeing them get torched left and right. It's like, what the hell is going on? That doesn't usually happen. So a lot of things that is happening right now, like, do you not like it? I get it, 1,000%. But this is not every single year.
No.
Like, it's okay. It's okay to have a down year. It's not illegal. Not every franchise is going to the Super Bowl. There's only one team that can win. So
right.
it's like,
and we
relax.
Kansas City again.
So relax. I understand that it sucks right now, but again, like, you could be the Jets, you could be the Giants, you could be the Dolphins, you could be the Raiders, you could be, I mean, you could be the Texans right now. Like, you list them. Okay.
Wait. I forgot.
And that's not y'all.
I forgot to say this. Since we've been on, we got Mahomes, we got shellacked, and we got rammed. Wait a minute, that didn't sound too right, did we?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm not even sure if we can repeat that on the pod, but we might have to edit that out by default. Let's just say the Ravens haven't really had a whole lot of success. They're 1-5.
No, we haven't.
He said some illegal stuff, y'all. We are destined not to repeat it.
But hey,
watch the shit back if it's that serious.
Your Steelers, hey, you gotta give them props. Even though the defense is questionable. It's questionable.
Their whole team is still.
But you gotta give them props. But here's the issue that I had when y'all played the Cincinnati Bengals. This is the issue that I had. One man beat the whole team. That was Jamar Chase. One man.
Yep.
One person. One receiver beat the whole team. Now, in all fairness, he did the same thing to us too. Carved us up, but we end up winning those games.
He's done that plenty of times against y'all.
Yeah. He's carved us up too. But I don't understand where the defensive coordinator didn't correlate, okay, we need to stop him. But then, okay, you still got T. Higgins. Yeah. But Flacco was purposely throwing it to Chase. Purposely. Hey, I would have been hot too. Hey, listen, I totally agree with you. I would have been hot too. I was sitting there watching that game like, oh, this is not going to be pretty. This ain't pretty. Chase made history. The boy is bad.
Yeah.
So you got to come in. We got to stop him.
Right.
So, and that didn't happen.
I'll take it a step further. I think a lot of times we watch these games and like we get so caught up in the narrative, right? Like what is this team going to look like? What is the environment that they're under? What situation are they in? And are they going to be able to capitalize on it? We talk about that stuff all the time.
Yep.
What I have not heard a lot about, and I do feel like it's necessary to do so, and yes, I'm taking my chain out when I do this. Mr. Jalen Ramsey, you, sir. Oh, my God. You were talking a lot of mess this year. Boy.
He got cooked.
Oh, he got roasted. He got shredded. He got tore up. You would have thought he was a child, a turkey, and a sandwich all in one. He got all them things happening one time. That's how much Jamar Chase is having fun with him. It was insane. Jalen Ramsey, I understand that he's getting up there in age, so the idea of him being like prime Jacksonville Jaguars Ramsey is not there anymore. That's fine, but you're the top corner. You're the top corner. And this offseason you were talking some kind of mess about how you were still that guy. How quarterbacks don't pick on you. Well, Flacco did, and he did a lot. So, I mean, Jalen Ramsey, I'm keeping a close eye on you. and stuff like that keeps happening week in and week out. I hate to break it to you. That's one and done written all over it. You cannot have your top corner keep getting slashed like their tires. You just can't have it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he got cooked. And I was like, oh my God. And then Flacco was just, okay, I'm going to throw it to Chase. That one ball Chase dropped, Flacco was like, are you serious? You actually dropped that?
Right.
But what did he do? He didn't go away from him, kept throwing the ball to him. I was just like, wow. Okay, you even want to talk about that? Let's talk about what the Chargers did last night. Boy,
yes,
please. They made the Vikings. They wasn't no Vikings. they carved them up.
Yeah.
And again, do I have to say Greg Roman's over there calling these plays? And look, it was more pass heavy than run heavy. But when they did run the ball, it was effective.
Yes. Yeah. Boy, let me.
Not
okay.
to mention that they have a pass rush.
They sure do. Watching that game last night, if I'm a Vikings fan, I'm like breaking the TV. I'm like tearing up jerseys. I'm burning jerseys. Seriously, because in the offseason, they had a decision to make between paying Sam Darnold, which I'm pretty sure whatever his asking price was not going to be anything steep. He wasn't looking for $50 million here.
Right.
So probably somewhere in between the $30 to $40 million range. You had the option between paying him or deciding to ride with J.J. McCarthy, which, as track record has shown before the season even started, that he wasn't healthy, and you wasn't even sure how good he was, because you didn't even get to see him play yet. So you went from a guy in Sam Darnold who threw 35 touchdowns for you and led you to the playoffs with 14 wins. Now, granted, that the week 18 against the Lions, where he just got bitched and slapped around, was that fun to see? No. Was the playoff game against the Rams where he got bitched and slapped around again? Was that fun to see? No.
Nope.
But nevertheless, he got y'all there. And you wasn't complaining about the offense. You may not have liked some performances where he wasn't getting you 350 yards like he did on some weeks. But majority of the time, y'all were putting points on the board. Some of the games, y'all were blowing people out. And in some other ones, y'all were winning some tight games because the offense was there. Well, you watched last night, and I'm not personally having fun with this because he used to stick up the joint towards the end in Philly. But watching Carson Wentz play was like, yeah, y'all didn't really have a plan in place post Darnold. And what makes it worse is that JJ's not out there. Carson Wentz is getting killed and torn to shreds every single play. It looks like his shoulder was given out. You have injuries all over the place.
For a cart to come out to get him.
Oh my God. I mean, his shoulder looked like it was out on like 5 separate occasions, barely standing upright. So you barely have, you don't have JJ out there, the guy that you decided to take a risk on. You have Carson Wentz out there, who you signed at the beginning of the year. You didn't even have him throughout the offseason. And he's getting crushed. And then you watch Sam Darnold in Seattle, and he's having fun with Jackson Smith and Jigba every single time a pass play happens. I mean, every single play is like 25-yard completion or a touchdown or both. So it's like,
and I'm glad you said something about Seattle. Let me go up there for a second.
Yes.
Look at what their defense is doing. Look who their head coach is, Mike McDonald. Who was he a defensive coordinator for? The Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
That's who should have been there. But I digress.
Yeah.
Look what he's done with their program up there.
So if you are a Minnesota Vikings fan, especially after last night, you have to be like pissed off at the fact that they made the wrong decision. people can say, oh, it's hindsight. You didn't know that Sam Darnold was going to beat us in Seattle. And in all fairness, no, I didn't. I didn't think Sam Darnold was going to mess around and be an MVP candidate again. No, I did not. But in fairness, I also thought JJ McCarthy was going to play too. That hasn't happened yet. So it's like,
and then the answers they was trying to pacify him. Oh, he's not ready yet. Oh, he's still a little hurt. Oh, he's this. No, just put the guy out there. How about that? Let him earn the wings.
But that's the problem. He's already. It's not even year. We're not even into year 2. We're not even finished with year 2, and we're already talking about him being injury prone.
Right.
Like, he's already missed like almost half the season already. He played week 1, and then got out of week 2 barely alive, and then he just never saw the field again. So it was like, you haven't even played yet. So if you're a Vikings fan, you're looking at the screen, you're like, this is what we took a risk on? We don't even see the guy we took a risk on. We see Carson Wentz throwing the ball, getting sacked, and fumbling all over the place, throwing picks. That's what we're seeing right now.
And guess who they still got to play? Detroit.
Yeah, they're playing this week, actually.
You go from bad to worse.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't even know what you say about that. Now, on the flip side, I think what the Chargers are doing right now is...
We got to buy a Harbaugh, baby.
Okay. Now I have to see... I'm going to go back to my point about the Chargers. Sorry, Chargers fans. I have to address this. We've had conversations about this since practically the beginning of the year. On the show, off the show, and probably for the rest of this year. This conversation is probably never going to die. For the people out there that want your head coach fired, okay. My number one question is, always, is who do you want in place of him? Because I tell you right now, if y'all are going to hit the panic button because of one bad season, some of y'all got more issues than what it needs to be. I'm telling you, the Mike Tomlins of the world, the Harbaughs of the world, I get it. It's not going well. Well, in Tomlin's case, their team is winning, so who cares? But last year, that's what the conversation was with Tomlin. Oh, get rid of Tomlin and get rid of Harbaugh. All these guys. Y'all want these guys fired. Y'all want them fired. And my number one question is, as much as y'all want to have the torches and pitchforks for these guys being gone, who do you want in place? Because I tell you right now, whoever decides to take the Ravens job, if the Ravens job especially, is not going into a job with high expectations. I mean, with low expectations. Whoever takes on the Ravens job is being asked and being told to potentially go to the AFC Championship game next year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is the expectation. Not that is the ceiling or the floor. That is the expectation. That's what the new head coach is going to be heading into. Is that what you want to put him out there for? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's not a smart move on my end. Maybe that's just me. But those are the type of expectations that they're going to be falling under. Now, of course, does every team want to win a Super Bowl? Yes. But not every team can win a Super Bowl. And not every team is positioned to win a Super Bowl. But whoever decides to take the job is going to have those expectations. Am I wrong, Damon, on saying that?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong on saying it. But remember, you know how critical I am too. And I've been saying it. And I've been calling for his head. And we've been talking back and forth. And I'm like, okay, we won in 5. Let's see what happens with Chicago. Let's see what happens with Miami. Let's see what happened with this. Now, if we 1 and 9 after that, yeah, I'm gonna call for his head.
Again,
there's no way we're salvaging the season,
but
at all.
Again, this is the okay. That's fine. Here's a pushback I'll have in defense of Harbaugh. This was going bad when everybody was healthy. We started the season 1-3. In fairness, we had everybody healthy. Everybody was playing. No one was hurt. We were just making sure that we were going to see the same old Ravens we've always seen. Well, when everybody was healthy, that wasn't the end result. We were losing games. We were losing to Buffalo. We were losing to Detroit. That stuff was already happening. Then the Baltimore game, then the Kansas City game happened. And I was like, oh,
it seemed like
man.
everybody just gave up on that game.
Yeah, and everybody gave up on that game. So in fairness to Harbaugh, we were struggling before everybody got hurt. And I've shown you a track record of getting to the playoffs and getting deep in the playoffs, actually. Has it ended in us having to hoist a Lombardi trophy? No. But we've gotten there.
Remember I was talking about this story in the Baltimore Sun, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they said is that after that Buffalo game, the mentality changed.
That's week one. That's a problem.
That mentality. I mean, they was talking to people. I got to pull that story up. And because the guy did it, and he covers the Ravens, and he just really broke it down. But like I said, they all pointing fingers at Todd Monken. They all standing behind Zach Orr, 10 toes down for Zach.
I'll just say this: if y'all can find a solution and pinpoint it and address it in the draft and free agency, fine. And if that means that in the process you have to have a new head coach to do that, sure. All I'm saying is, whoever you bring in is going to be responsible for making sure you are held to the same standard, because that's what they're going to tie them to. They're going to be held to the same standard that we're holding Lamar Jackson to, because that is your quarterback, and you are his coach. And the conversation we're having about Lamar Jackson is we need him to win playoff games, and we need him to beat Kansas City, and we need him to beat Buffalo. And we need him to find himself in. We need to see him in the Super Bowl. That is the expectation that you're tying him to.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if you feel like whoever steps in can do that and be able to get that done in one season, by the way, then okay, fine. I'll shut up. It's cool. Whatever. But when it comes to the NFL, that doesn't always happen that way.
Listen. Anytime the Indianapolis Colts are 6-1, with Daniel Jones.
Yep.
It's 6-1. I think they're leading the AFC. The whole
Correct.
AFC.
Correct.
The Indianapolis Colts. That's a problem. Because no one expected that. And then look at the Chiefs. Now, I'm not even going to give them credit. I'm not going to give them credit for beating the Raiders 31-0. I'm not giving them credit for that. Yeah, and that's true. He can't win if the head coach. Okay, and I'm glad you said something about that. Every time we seem to play Kansas City, I don't know what it is about Harbaugh. I don't know if he gets rattled. I don't know if he gets something in his head. But it seems like Andy Reid is in his head for some reason. He played under Andy, right? He was one of his assistant coaches under Andy, right? But it seems like every time we go up against Kansas City, we cannot get over that hump with Kansas City. It's like first drive, oh, we good. Rest of the game, all downhill.
Okay. I'll
Reed is his daddy.
I'm gonna say that. With this,
and I'm not even going to say it's even the same energy with Buffalo, because they go up there and they're really physical with Buffalo. All the way around, they've been physical with Buffalo. It's not the same energy when they play Kansas City. And I've noticed that every time they play.
That's fair. What I'll ask you is this, though. Is Harbaugh doing the offensive play calling?
No, he's not.
Okay, is he doing the defensive play calling?
He's not. But he hears these plays.
Yes.
He hears these plays. So you telling me, you said, hey, we need to adjust something. Hey, we need to do this. Hey, we need to do that. He can put his input. He is a special teams person, right?
Yeah.
So he's the head coach. Like, hey, nah, that's not working. Hey, we need to change this up. They all talk to each other.
I get that. So, again.
That's an interesting comment. I don't think EDC want to win in the Lamar era.
You can't say that. What makes you say that? I've given you Derrick Henry. I've given you Mark Andrews. I've given you Zay Flowers. I've given you Madubuike. I've given you Roquan Smith. I've kept Humphrey, even though everybody wanted him gone. I decided to go after Jair Alexander, got him, drafted Wiggins, drafted Malachi Starks, got
Mike Green.
Jesus Christ.
Mike Green.
You got Mike Green in the third round. You what can I think? You got Hamilton in the back in the secondary. All I've ever done is do whatever is best to make sure that Lamar's in the best position to win. If they just can't find a way to get it done because the matchup or whatever the case may be, that is not on the GM. I'm going to cut that right now. I have gotten you arguably the best running back in the league. I've got you one of the fastest wide receivers in the league. I have gotten you one of the best tight ends in the league. Oh, and I didn't even address Isaiah Likely. Okay? The offensive line is an issue.
We've said that. Oh, we definitely said that.
Okay, I'm sorry we can't have all 53 players be right on the money. I'm sorry. Like, what more could y'all want? Oh my God, the offensive line is bad. Okay, one spot on the entire football team is not the greatest in comparison to everything else, and we just gotta get rid of the GM. Are we crazy? No. Not everybody could be, and I'm not saying it because it's my team. Not everybody could be last year's Eagles. Okay, not everybody can say that they have arguably the best offensive line. They have one of, if not the best running back. They cannot say they have one of the best wide receiver duos in the league. They can't say they have one of the best corners in the league. They can't say that they have one of the best front seven. Not every team could say that. Not every team can say that. Okay, let's address that. You know that your GM is not going to give a whole lot of money to different positions. But who did he give the money to when they asked for it, when the time came up for it? Lamar Jackson. The moment that they decided to pay Lamar, that idea of signing a big wide receiver, not happening. Then, even on top of that, this year, they bring in DeAndre Hopkins, who's supposed to be the big receiver. Now, all of a sudden, he can't move past 5 feet. So, I don't know what more you want from Eric DeCosta to do in the offseason to put Lamar in the best position to win. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. What you want him to do? You want him to start stealing people from Philly and Kansas City and Buffalo, bring them all in once so that we got one massive super team? Is that what you want? Is that what y'all want? Because I promise you that ain't gonna happen. I can tell you that right now. This idea, and this is what I mean when I say that sometimes it's okay for y'all to not get everything right in one season, because no one ever gets it right. We talk about playoff matchups all the time, where we have a team that we think, oh man, they're going to throttle this team. The moment they get in the playoffs, once the playoffs start, then all of a sudden we have moments like Green Bay and Dallas a couple years ago, where Green Bay just storms storms on the road and drops 45, and it was like 45-8 for most of the game. Like, stuff just happens. And in the Ravens case, stuff has just happened, and it has not gone your way. But the idea that the front office hasn't done their job in making sure that Lamar is in the best position to win is insane to me. You cannot push that agenda to me. I won't allow it. I won't tolerate it. And if the biggest question mark is John Harbaugh, if your biggest question is John Harbaugh, I'm not even going to lie to you. When I say this, I mean it truthfully. You had a few years ago to address that, and you chose not to. You had a couple years ago where y'all barely squeaked into the playoffs. Lamar was on a run. They got to the playoffs. They finally got over that hump. They won the first playoff game against Tennessee. Y'all had that time to do that for Harbaugh. Now it's too little too late. If y'all do decide to make a move and y'all decide to cut ties with Harbaugh, again, whoever comes in its place is going to have that responsibility. One more. Okay. All right. Wait. One more could they have done that wasn't more correctly? We were talking about Baltimore having one of the best rosters in the entire league. Like, let alone not just in the division, not just in the conference, the entire NFL. So, what draft did they miss for them to not be doing it correctly? I don't get
it. Hey, they neighbors, no degree of separation.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, on paper. Yeah.
But again,
we're on paper.
But again, but that's on the field though. That's for them to execute on the field. Once the GM does what he needs to do in the offseason and with the free agency and in the draft, everything that happens after that is coaching staff and players. He did his part. That's the one thing you can say. He's done his part already.
I'm gonna say this. Once we look at this Bears game, and if it doesn't change, yeah, I get how do you fire your neighbor. Once we look at this Bear game, and we'll see what happens, then now we're gonna start pointing some fingers. Cause I was talking trash to a Bears fan today, so. Yeah. And you know what he said to me? He said, "Man, y'all gonna be 1-6 when we get done."
And you know what? Given the way that everything has gone on with them, I don't blame him for doing that or talking like that. I don't blame him.
I'm not mad at the guy. I'm not mad at him. Hey, you rep your team just like I rep my team. Like I said, we can lose every game of the season. It's only 2 I don't want to lose. That's to the Steelers.
Yeah, that's
I've been like that before when we had bad seasons. As long as we beat the Steelers be having the best season in the world. Come play the Ravens and lose. That just turns the knife in them, boy. I love it.
Oh,
but like I said, we'll see with this Bears game. And like I said, you know how critical I've been. Like last year, I wanted Zach Orr's head. You know that.
Yes.
I wanted his head. So I said, let me give him another chance. But man, Harbaugh has had a lot of chances. He has. But like I said, it's like if you look at the difference in what we done to the NFC versus what we do to the AFC, it's completely different. Lamar has dominated the NFC. Dominated. If he just dominant in that conference, why can't he be the dominant in this conference?
Oh,
even
I can answer
in our division games.
I can answer that. It's very simple. If I see you more times throughout the season than anybody else, I have more film on you. I have more ways to attack you. I'm more familiar with you. I know exactly what to do when it comes to certain stuff. To read options, like with the play action, like with X, Y, and Z. And let's not play this button like when y'all go up against AFC opponents, y'all are predictable. Y'all are not predictable. Y'all are not predictable. One moment it's a play action play, the next moment it's 5 straight runs. Then it's another short route. Then it's a medium game. Then it's a deep bomb. Then it's all right. Now it's going to be depth 1,000 cuts again. Like y'all have variety in your offense when y'all go up against the AFC. The only reason why the record is what it is against the NFC is that the NFC, when they see Lamar on the schedule, they're like, all right, if I'm a Lions fan, we go up against the Vikings, a guy that can't move. We're going up against the Bears, a guy that really can't move. Green Bay, we're going up against a guy that really can't move. If I go over to another division, Baker, we know that they have mobility but can't really move. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he has a little bit of speed, but he's not as fast as Lamar. Like, when you start naming off some of your usual opponents and then compare him to Lamar fucking Jackson, the game plans are different. So, of course, when you get to the field and you have to play the motherfucker, and you start seeing them stretch the defense over and over and over and over and over again, then it's like, all right, damn, we just not used to him. That's all it is. Nobody in the NFC is familiar with Lamar Jackson because they don't have a Lamar Jackson in their conference. Whereas in the AFC, you have Kansas City that has all different ways of how to defend you. You have the Buffalo Bills, who may not exactly know how to defend you properly because their defense is always bad, but they always find a way to just put up points on you anyway, so none of that even matters. Then you have
unless it's the New England Patriots. Oh, I'm sorry.
Unless it's the Patriots.
I'm sorry.
Or it's the Atlanta. Wait. Okay, I'm muting them again. Sorry, censoring them again. Yeah. Okay. When those teams are going up against Baltimore, their confidence by default is a lot higher because they see him more. They know, all right, hey, I'm not guaranteed on this, but they're gonna find a way to throw a monkey wrench here. Here we go.
I totally
then you go
agree
back
with
playing
this.
volleyball.
And we do.
Absolutely.
We do. You know, Ray Lewis and Ed Reed is probably cringing seeing this.
Yes.
Because the one thing Ray said, this is our house, and we always defend it. Mm-hmm. And he said, even when we defend it, they're going to feel it when they leave this field.
Right.
They don't come in here and do this to us. And you know what I felt like? When Detroit came in here, when they did those 2 90-something yard drives, that killed their will. Will. Because how you let them drive all the way down the field? Not once, but twice.
Mm-hmm.
Not once, but twice. To the fact that Lamar got sacked 7 times. Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't forget him. Big bruiser. Bruiser. But when Detroit beat us, man, I was like, ooh. But if you remember, I always say, Dan Campbell don't forget anything. He doesn't.
No.
I love Dan Campbell, man. I love Detroit. I love the way he's built that program up there. But Dan Campbell don't forget nothing. Last time he came to Baltimore, he got an ass whooping. And he didn't forget it.
Yeah, 44-6. I remember that vividly.
Yeah. He didn't forget it. So his plan was like, oh, I'm going to come take my revenge. And they did. And I ran across some Detroit fans, and they was like, we won. We beat y'all. I said, I give y'all props. I said, hey, the series is 1-1. As far as, but I said, we'll meet again. We will meet again. Just don't know where it be, but we'll meet again.
So I'm saying all this to say that, am I condoning the Ravens season? No. In fact, I understand your frustration on how bad the season has been. Just consider the fact that the grass is not always greener on the other side. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because hey, look, I'll say this right now. You want to know what pissed y'all off even more? Let y'all have this down season, y'all fire Harbaugh, and then the following year, next year, y'all go 9-7. Oh my God, y'all going to be pissed off. Let y'all go 500 in the division. Oh, y'all going to be pissed off. Pissed. So that's all I'm saying. Grass is not always green on the other side. Now, if you feel like you can find some treasure, great. I'll let you on a little secret though. The head coaches that will be available in this upcoming coaching cycle does not look too great. Like, your best case scenario is Mike McCarthy. Just want to put that out there. So, I don't know. I don't know. I think everybody needs to take a...
I agree with her with this one, too. I've been asking for years, too. But when he made it to that playoff game with Tennessee, that saved him. That saved him.
Yeah, but you had the opportunity then. Because... Yeah. Look, because the way that went, when y'all lost the following round...
No, he didn't say Byron Leftwich.
Whoa. Where is he at right now? Where is he at now?
Is he coaching? Is he in the NFL or he coaching college?
He's not in Tampa no more. Not in Tampa. Where is Byron Leftwich right now?
Wow.
Watch.
I ain't heard his name in a while, man.
Man, hey, look, he was a great name when the Bucks won in 2020. Then once that season happened, I never heard his name again. I mean, it was the closest thing to the Rooney Rule being on full display in my life. Oh my God. It was like, as soon as 2020 happened, they won the Super Bowl, it was like, I never heard Byron Leftwich again. Never. I don't know what happened.
Offensive head coach in Colorado.
Pass.
So he's up there with Dion.
Pass. No. Mm-mm. Oh, y'all think what y'all seeing right now is something? Oh, nope. I'm telling y'all right now, that ain't good for y'all health. That is not good for y'all health. Y'all want Byron Leftwich to be your head coach? Really? Nope. Find somebody else. Nope. Hey, you know what? Let me solve everybody's problems. Here's the route that I would go if I was the GM and I had to let go of John Harbaugh. You know what I would do? I'm going to call his brother Jim, and I'm going to say, hey, Jesse Minter, I know that's your defensive coordinator. I know that's your guy from Michigan. But how about we give him a call, and we offer him 3 years, $10 million each. By the way, tough-minded guy. We saw what the Chargers have been doing, where they're literally, it doesn't matter who is in there. They are finding a way to fuck somebody up.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah, they are.
And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jesse Minter used to be on the Ravens staff once upon a time. So bring him back as the head coach. You have your defensive guy. You figure out who the offensive coordinator is that's going to be with Lamar Jackson. You figure that out. But you have your defense intact again. Let that be in play, and then you spend the offseason getting offensive linemen, you spend the offseason getting pass rushers, and you spend the offseason getting free agents with you can pick your poison at that point. You feel like you need a linebacker? Go get one. There might be plenty out there. Get a linebacker. Get a defensive lineman if you feel like you're not comfortable with Matt BK's neck. If you don't feel comfortable about that, go do that. But I'm telling you right now, that's the route that I would go. I would go Jesse Minter from the Chargers. Bring him in. Get your defense right. So that way your offense could still be the offense, and y'all can help your defense be solid for good. Keep Zach Orr if you want to. If you feel like the defense is doing solid enough, you want to keep him, fine. Do that. But Jesse Minter, that's his defense. That's his baby. You hire offensive coordinator, let that be his thing. And that's exactly how it's all. Because I'm not the type of guy to be worried about all these issues and not have a solution. That is my solution. Bring in Minter and then hire offensive coordinator. Boom.
Well,
boom.
Like I said, we got the Bears coming up. We're going to see how this Bears game going to work. By the time I get to Baltimore on Sunday, either I'm going to be happy or I'm going to be like, what the fuck? One of the two when I get there on Sunday. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, have we had down years? Yeah, we have. This is the first time we've had down year in a long time. But hey, like I said, with that article that came out, Harbaugh's pissed about it, right? And it's like, if you pissed about it, then show some change. Show some change. Let's see what you're going to do about it. Let's see what you're going to do. To me personally, I think he lost the locker room. And when you lose the locker room, it's over.
I don't deny that. I don't.
Not you ordered your paper bag already. You lucky I don't have it with me. I was actually going to do the show with the bag on my head.
Boy, let me let y'all know something right now. I'm glad we took a little break because the way my Eagles were looking, and I'm still not like completely 2 feet in still. Boy, them last 2 weeks, man. I needed a brown bag. I needed to add some cat litter on top, make it a little dandruff, add a little dirt to it. It was nasty. It was some nasty stuff I was seeing on that field. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We're back in the winning column though.
I was calling you. I'm like, hey man, what's going on with the team? What's going on with the team, man? I don't know what's going on with the team.
Well, no, I started off with saying that, but then I said this. For those of you that are watching, I'm pretty sure y'all may have had this experience before or may have seen someone else have the experience before. The equivalent of the Eagles losing those 2 games was like that one friend that you have that got drunk one night and got completely wrecked. Like I'm talking about, they throw up on their shirt. They're barely having any balance. They're holding on to the cup of liquor though. That's not a bad idea, by the way. Okay,
You're right.
Holding up their cup of liquor, showing up to your door. And they're acting like it's their house, trying to knock on their door for somebody to let them in. And you open the door, you're looking at them. Yes, I'm taking the glasses off when I do this. You're looking at the friend, and you're like, do I help them? Do I should I yell at them? Should I remind them that it was a stupid idea for them to do that? Like, they know they have work the following morning. Like, what do I really do? Do I call 911? If I call 911, the paramedics show up and they decide to help. But what if the paramedics look at the friend and realize that, man, that was just such a stupid-ass decision for them to be so old-ass drunk and them acting like this, that maybe even other paramedics are, we're not going to do anything. And it's their job to help people. Maybe they make that collective decision that says, you know what, we're just not going, we're hands off. Whatever happens to them, dead or alive, look, not on us. We don't know what to do. That was the Eagles for the last couple weeks. Like, we genuinely did not know what to say, what to do, how to react, how to respond. Because it either feels like it's deja vu, like it's 23 all over again, where we're having screens on 3rd and 19, or the defense can't tackle. Like it's like I'm starting to have flashbacks. But then last week happened, where all of a sudden, hey, I guess Jalen Hurts is very good at spreading the football around, and I guess he can throw deep again. And I guess the defense can, cause a turnover or two. Okay, great. Like, I don't know if they are resurrected yet. I don't know, but I think the update as of now is that the Eagles are in the hospital and they are recovering from minor injuries. It's the best I've got. This is the best I've got right now.
Hey, at least y'all recover from minor injuries. We get CPR on us, okay?
Oh, bro. You're like, it ain't even one of those CPR where it's like, all right, they got a chance. It's one of those, we got to put the ear on to see if they're breathing right. Like, that's it. Like, y'all are like,
yeah, dude, they doing all those chest compressions.
Oh my God! You're like, are they breathing? Are they breathing? Go harder! Like, yeah, like that is the Ravens for sure. But you want to know who has no life? You want to know who's dead on arrival right now? I want to give a special shout out to the Raiders, to the Dolphins, to the Jets. What the hell? How are people aren't fired yet? Now, in the Jets' defense, I want to keep Aaron Glenn because that's the Jets' problem. They fire people, and then they go somewhere else, and then they be great all over again. Robert Saleh, I'm watching them in San Francisco. The defense is literally having to be carried by shoestrings because Fred Warner's gone, Nick Bosa's gone, and they lost a whole lot of people in free agency. They got 2 rookies that they're relying on, and that's it. And they're still finding a way to win games and stop people and fuck people up. That's Robert Saleh right now. Okay? I forgot about Cleveland. The only grace I'm giving Cleveland is that they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. That's the only pass they get. That's the only pass they get. If they didn't, they would have been on us too. You know what? Since we're going to put Cleveland on there, Cleveland is fringe.
Hold on. We putting Cleveland on there? We putting Washington on there too.
Yeah. No. You're not going to like me? I'm putting y'all there. Y'all are fringe. Y'all are with Cleveland. If
listen, I will take that. I'll take it.
Yeah. If the team name wasn't the Baltimore Ravens, we would be talking about y'all the same. I guarantee you. If this was the Carolina Panthers, if this was the Saints, who's also fringe, their offense doesn't look too bad, so I'm not talking about them. The Texans, we already know what injuries they have. They can't seem to stay healthy. Their offensive line is trash. We understand what's going on with them. All those teams are fringe. Baltimore, Raiders, Dolphins, Jets, bro.
You're being very nice.
I'm trying. I'm really working on it, okay? But nevertheless, they have no life. None. DOA.
Let me say this. And this is from last night's game. And my boy, because he's a Washington fan, and he would always nail this dude to the cross. Nail him to the cross of anything he did, and he did it last night, and it resulted in the Chargers scoring a touchdown. St. Jude.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I tell you he couldn't stand him with a passion because he cost Washington a lot of games.
Yeah.
I'm about to play taps for the Ravens. Yeah, me too.
Not a bad idea.
But St. Jude, when he got that pass interference in, I said, stop. And I called him last night when he answered the phone. I said, hey, man, your boy, St. Jude. He couldn't stand that dude.
Man, like, some of these teams, like, you know what? And since we're talking about the bad ones, I want to talk about teams that have shocked me by default. I think what Carolina's doing right now is impressive to me because I I don't know. Rico Dowdle was apparently Darren Sproles mixed with Damian Tomlinson and Saquon. Like he's just running up and down the field. Tore Dallas apart a couple weeks ago. That was fun. Carolina surprised me. Obviously, what Indy has done is impressive.
Obviously, Indy has by far been the shocker of the season.
Yes.
The season. They've been the shocker of the season. What they've done, the Daniel Jones from New York don't look nothing like this Daniel Jones is up in Indy. Nothing. It's
not at all
crazy for them to say that we're sitting on here saying they're 6-1.
Yeah.
6-1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And I want to, man, oh my God. Is my eyes tripping me right now? Are the Bears 5-2? They can't be. I think they're 5-2 after Sunday. Yeah, they're a shocker by default. I thought when I hear the Bears, I think of losers. I think of losing. So the fact that they are 5-2 is like, what the hell is going on here? I think another team by default, I would have to say, as far as a surprise team, is the New England Patriots. I don't know how y'all keep getting away with this. I don't know.
Wait. Who's up there though? It's Vrabel.
Yes.
Vrabel.
Yes.
And remember, he was under Belichick at one time.
That's right.
It's Vrabel. I would listen. Okay, if we would have got rid of Harbaugh, he would have been the next best option.
Agree.
He would have been the next best option.
I'm glad you said that because Vrabel was available last year, and y'all had an opportunity to do something, but y'all didn't want to do all that. Y'all wanted to.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he on your sideline consulting?
He was in Cleveland actually.
No, he was consulting. I think he was consulting for y'all, right?
He was consulting in Cleveland towards the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why it would have made sense because it would have been like, all right, I know about most of the division already. I've already seen everything. I got all the intel. Like, I already know what to do. Okay, I'm sorry. They're 4-2. They're still above 500. If you would have told me that at this time of the season, I would have been like, you're lying. Like no. The Bears, but definitely the Patriots and Indy. It's like, are we in like we're in like mid 2000s all over again? What's going on here?
Let me address this also. Because my family. Oh, you know they come for me when it comes to Kansas City.
Look out for them.
To the Raiders, I said it was the Raiders.
Yes,
it was the Raiders. I'm not saying that no team in the NFL is reputable because they're in the NFL. They're reputable, but it was the Raiders. That wasn't a challenge. And then to throw insult to injury, did you see the 4th down play and then what Mahomes said that they had to bleep out on TV?
I loved it.
Gonna work. But ran the play. You know
what
that reminded me of? The Longest Yard. Come on now. That's what it reminded me of, The Longest Yard. But of course, they call me, Kansas City this, Kansas City that, blah, blah, blah. And for Tish lives up there. So she has to deal with it much more than what I have to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? Kansas City this, Kansas City that. But we'll see as the season goes along and progresses if they can keep that momentum. We'll see.
But this is the problem. This is the problem, and I need y'all to brace for this now. Okay? I'm not a Kansas City homer. I'll tell you this right now. The last thing that you need to do as the NFL, I can't believe I'm doing this again. I feel like deja vu. The last thing that the league needs to do is give Kansas City, out of all teams, momentum. I don't care if it's the Raiders. I don't care. They dropped 31. It was 31-0. Anything can happen in the NFL. This time last year when they played the Raiders, the games were relatively close. The Raiders could have won those games. Didn't happen. 31-0. If they start getting, they're already starting to get healthy again. They're starting to get some of their players back. Okay, from suspension Rice had like 2-3 touchdowns this past Sunday. Do not, I repeat, do not give this team momentum. If the Kansas City Chiefs get momentum again, look out. Because I'm telling you right now, Buffalo ain't doing nothing to stop them. Indy, I love what they're doing right now. They ain't doing nothing to stop them. I love what the Patriots are doing. They ain't doing nothing to stop them. And y'all already out the hat if y'all lose one more game. So all the toughest competition available would already be out their way. I need the NFL as a collective to not give them momentum. They get momentum, they get hot, they win the division, which is something that we all thought wasn't going to happen. Let them find a way to win this division after starting off 0-2. And I promise you, it's going to get really ugly really fast.
I get what you're saying, but the Chargers already got one up on them.
I hear you. Yes.
The Chargers already got one up on them. And if they keep being aggressive, then there's your team because they're in their division. And all the Chargers have to do is win the division.
Here's the problem, though.
Kansas City get a wild card. I get it. But guess what? They got to go on the road. Not saying they can't do it because they have done it.
I was about to say, they've done it before.
At a disadvantage. You put them at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay, here's the problem with the Chargers. Both their starting running backs are hurt right now. One of them is on IR for the rest of the year. One of them is on IR for 4 weeks. Ain't no telling what's going to happen when he comes back because he's a rookie at the end of the day. Now, their running game looked solid last night. It looked great. Okay, their offensive line is in example. They're missing their right tackle from the beginning of the year. That doesn't look too good. Justin Herbert's already throwing the ball 40, 50 million times a game. That's not going to be sustainable. Their defense, which is already hitting people all over the place, they're dealing with injuries themselves. All I'm saying is that even your best foot forward, your Colts, your Patriots, your unfortunately Steelers, your I guess I do that. Yeah, I guess I do that in there. Whatever, I don't care. Your Chargers, your Broncos, if you believe in them. All those teams, if y'all can't take a loss off of if y'all can't add a loss to their record, it means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Wild card or not. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said,
do not give this team momentum.
Hear their mouth. I'm like,
yes.
Lord have mercy.
Because it's real.
Hey, I'm a big man. I take my lumps. I get it.
Yes.
I'm a big man. I take my lumps.
Because that's the one thing, and we see it. We see it in the NBA all the time.
And this is that New England Patriot fatigue.
Correct.
2.0.
Correct.
2.0.
And that's why I'm putting a warning out there now, so that way no one's surprised. Do not give this team momentum. Don't. It's not a good idea. It's not good for anybody's health. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, let them get hot. When we get to January, all bets are off. All bets are off. You're gonna wake up next thing you know, they in the Super Bowl all over again. I'm telling y'all, stop them now. Stop them now. Have them start questioning shit. Have them start questioning. I need Travis Kelce to figure out if he married the wrong lady. I need Patrick Mahomes to start second guessing, to stop having more kids. I need Andy Reid to question retirement. I need all of that to start happening, and y'all need to do it now. Yeah, do it now rather than later. Because if y'all don't, I promise you, I guarantee you, it can get really bad and really ugly. Their offense is starting to pick it up. They're starting to get healthy, and it's not looking good for the home team. I'm telling you that right now.
Yep. So, in that note, I'm ended.
Just a warning. Just a warning. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering the message. That's all I'm doing. That's it.
Show's over. Show's over. You know something? I'm gonna give a brown bag for everybody that has a losing record. That's my only brown bag. And you know something? If I had the brown bag with me, I'd have put it over my head. That's for me.
Okay. Every team that has a losing record, huh? I'm going to give.
The only team worse than us right now is the Jets.
Pretty much. My brown bag is going to go to a player only because something funny happened on Sunday. I couldn't help myself, but it was hilarious. CBS was showing a game break. And it was a game break of them showing the Browns and Dolphins game where Tua throws a pick six. And literally in the middle of them going through that highlight, they panned the camera over to Tua throwing the following interception within the same highlight rolling. And they said, oh, wait, hold on. Tua just threw another pick. And I could not hold myself from laughing. Literally all week long, I have not stopped laughing. That alone is the biggest brown bag of the year. I would make the argument it's probably the biggest brown bag of the decade. He threw the pick six in the middle of the highlight. They said, hey, let's go to a game break. They showed the highlight of the pick six, and they say, wait, hold on, do another pick. And then they showed the pick in mid-highlight. And I was like, what? They can do that on live television? Oh, my God. Tua, whose brain is already in shambles by default. I wish he would have retired like 2 or 3 years ago. Hasn't happened yet. That's fine. But that alone is like the biggest brown bag of the decade. There's nothing replacing it. We've done seen people get shut out. We've seen people get blown out. We've seen people have embarrassing losses. When I saw that on my screen, oh, bro, all bets are off. I took notes. I took notes on how many times I watched that clip. I watched it on my phone. I watched it on the screen live. That is the biggest brown bag I've seen in my entire life. Oh, he just threw a big six. Oh, wait, hold on. Tua just threw another one. It's like, what is going on? And a lot of people, they want to fire Mike McDaniel. That right there on Sunday was the biggest brown bag I've seen in my life. It's not even remotely close. There's nothing that can ever touch it. Actually, I'm going to do this right now. There's like blowouts, bad losses, and then Tua. Like, Tua's here. No one's touching him. Yeah. No one's touching him. He is top shelf. You can't even climb up there with a ladder to go reach on how bad it was. That's top shelf of top shelf. I've never seen that in my life. Actually, if you haven't seen the clip, Damon, I will send it to you. I'll find it. It was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. He throws the pick six, and then say, wait, hold on, y'all. You just do another one. And then pan it over to the pig. I said, whoa. They're trying to get somebody fired and cut in the same clip. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. It was the biggest thing. It was the biggest brown bag of my life. It's not close. It's not close. It's not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I know I just censored the whole NFC South a couple weeks ago because of Tua, because of one player in the NFL. Y'all are no longer uncensored. Y'all are allowed to be mentioned on the show because of him. He did it. So be thankful.
Oh my goodness. That's what happens when we have too much fun around here. All frozen. Man, I got to go look for this clip now because it was funny. How you get the interception and he throw another? Oh wait, man, he just threw another one. Oh man, that's just bad. Cornbread. Oh my goodness, I think I lost my guy. I think I lost him. But hey, listen. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We appreciate each and every last one of y'all. You know something? He was so funny, it cut him off. But we gonna come back. Hopefully, we'll be on Tuesday. You know, with these work schedules and everything, they ramping up everything as far as work. But we will be back. I appreciate each and every last one of you for tuning in. Hey, I'm gonna sign off, but hey, we will be back. Hey, come rep your teams. Hey, I'm still going to talk trash even though my team down the dumpster right now. Go Ravens. Rep your team. I will see y'all later.